Welcome back to the Dark Truth Diaries, where every story pulls you deeper into the hidden side of human nature. Tonight's case is a chilling reminder that sometimes, the monsters we fear the most aren't strangers. Sometimes they're the very people we trust, the ones we let into our homes, our families, and our lives. This is the disturbing, true story of a family friend, a betrayal no one saw coming, and a night that changed everything. This is the family friend who became the enemy. Now, let's step into the dark. The Henderson family lived in the quiet town of Maple Hollow, a place where neighbors smiled, kids played on cul-de-sacs, and nothing bad ever seemed to happen. To outsiders, the Hendersons looked perfect. Mark, the father, hardworking, respected, calm. Elena, the mother, warm, kind, the emotional anchor of the home. Sophie, their 14-year-old daughter, bright, friendly, with a laugh that filled the house. And Jamie, their 9-year-old son, energetic, curious, always asking questions. And then there was Derek Shaw. Derek wasn't family by blood, but he might as well have been. He grew up down the street from Mark. Their parents were close, and by the time the boys were adults, Derek became the unofficial uncle to the Henderson kids. He babysat. He helped with house repairs. He stayed for dinners. He brought gifts on birthdays. He even had a key to the house for emergencies. The Hendersons trusted him completely. But trust can sometimes be the first step toward danger. The first warning sign came from Sophie. One evening, she told her mother, "Mom, I feel weird around Derek sometimes. Like he watches me too much." Elena smiled gently, brushing it off. "Oh, sweetie. Derek's known you since you were a baby. He's just protective." Sophie didn't push further, but the unease inside her didn't disappear. Later that month, Elena noticed Derek showing up at their house even when Mark wasn't home. "I was just in the neighborhood," he'd say. "Just checking in." It seemed harmless, until it wasn't. One night, while the family was asleep, Elena heard the faintest sound downstairs, a drawer closing. Mark was in bed beside her. She quietly woke him. Together, they crept down the stairs and found the back door slightly open. Nothing was taken, nothing was broken. Mark changed the locks the next day. Derek showed up unexpectedly that afternoon. "You changed your locks?" he asked with a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "Why didn't you tell me? I could have helped." Mark shrugged, uneasy. "Just upgrading." Derek stared at the door for a long moment, as if offended. That was the first time Elena felt truly uncomfortable around him. 6 weeks later, Sophie came home upset. She told her mom that one of her closest friends, Mia, said something strange. "Mia told me she saw a picture of me on someone's phone at school. A picture from inside our house." Elena felt a chill. "What kind of picture?" "A picture of me reading in the living room." She said it looked zoomed in, like maybe through a window. Elena tried to calm her daughter, but fear seeped into her bones. Mark decided they needed to investigate. That night, he checked every window, locked every door, and made a discovery that made his heart stop. A small, black object tucked behind one of the living room curtains. A camera lens. A tiny, hidden, wireless camera. He found another one in the hallway. And another in Sophie's room. The police were called. The cameras were collected. The investigation began. And the footage inside them told a horrifying truth. The SD cards were filled with weeks of recordings. The kids doing homework. Elena folding laundry. The family eating dinner. Sophie in her room. And Elena alone at night. Someone had been watching the Hendersons constantly. The person installing the cameras? Caught on footage. Derek Shaw. Mark fell silent watching it. Elena wept. Sophie screamed when she realized the extent of it. This wasn't a random break-in. This wasn't a mistake. This was an obsession. A calculated, growing obsession with the Henderson family, especially Elena and Sophie. Police arrested Derek publicly right in front of the Henderson home. But the horror wasn't over. Because during the arrest, the detectives discovered something even darker. Inside Derek's home, in a room no one knew existed, investigators found multiple monitors, a full surveillance system. notebooks describing each Henderson family member, drawings of the layout of their home, and a disturbing journal filled with fantasies of joining the family permanently. But the most chilling discovery was a list titled, "The Night Plan." It listed, "Disable alarms. Enter quietly. Separate Mark. Take Elena. Protect Sophie from him. Leave no witnesses." The date next to it? The upcoming Friday. Just 2 days away. Derek wasn't just watching them. He was planning to act. The courtroom was packed. Derek showed no remorse. He smiled at Elena. He winked at Sophie. It was as if he believed he had done nothing wrong, as if he was the victim of misunderstanding. But the evidence was undeniable. Surveillance footage of him installing cameras. Months of recordings inside their home. The night plan. Obsessed journals. Stolen personal items from the Hendersons. Messages he never sent but kept drafts of, addressing Elena as "my real family." He was convicted on charges including stalking, attempted kidnapping, breaking and entering, invasion of privacy, and conspiracy to commit violence. He received a long sentence, long enough that Mark said, "I hope we never hear his name again." The Hendersons moved away within a month. The children needed therapy. Elena struggled with trust. Mark questioned how he never saw the signs sooner. Their home, once filled with laughter, now felt tainted by hidden eyes. For months, Elena would wake up at night thinking someone was watching. Sophie kept her curtains closed at all times. Jamie had nightmares of Derek standing at the foot of his bed. They rebuilt their lives slowly, painfully, but the scars remained. Because betrayal from a stranger hurts. But betrayal from someone you considered family? That cuts deeper than any wound. If tonight's story teaches us anything, it's this. Sometimes evil doesn't break into your life. Sometimes it walks in through the front door, because you opened it. Sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones who hide the darkest intentions. Thank you for watching the Dark Truth Diaries. If you found this story chilling, heartbreaking, or eye-opening, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode. And remember, in every truth, there is a shadow. And in every shadow, a story waiting to be told.